My name is Catherine. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. In 1981, I became pregnant shortly after losing my virginity. I feared harsh judgment and believed there was no support system. I was wrong. Those I involved and I reflexively turned to abortion. I was gullible, misinformed, and indoctrinated into believing the slogan, "Every child a wanted child," that this choice was somehow humane. Yet I felt like an animal chewing itself out of a steel trap at the prospect of abortion, which I knew little about. Asking if this was a baby, I was told no, it's a formless blob of tissue. As I signed on, I had no idea of the gravity of what I was doing. The brochure stated there may be a brief period of sadness. It was very painful. Full anesthesia cost extra. Aware of each second, as it ended, something very strange happened. I felt a presence leave my body, then ascend. I now believe that was my baby's soul at the moment of death, a secret I kept to myself for 2 decades. When I later told this to clergy, no one doubted me. In time, my perception of what went on changed forever when I visited a health museum and stared into the eyes of an eight-week-old fetus in formaldehyde. This was no formless blob. This was undeniably a baby, even with tiny hands and feet. I stood alone, aghast, grimly realizing that I killed my own baby, who should have been protected at this same fragile stage of development. This pivotal moment caused me to slowly face the truth about abortion. I learned that in the front of the clinics, they're counseling that these aren't babies, even today. Behind the scenes, they're reassembling the body parts. The remains are further desecrated by being treated as garbage or sold for profit. My life became like the movie Groundhog Day. It didn't matter how beautiful a day it was, every day the same raw, inconsolable pain, guilt, and shame revisited me in my own private hell. I had this cross to bear, this trauma that I was not equipped to handle. A disabling migraine disorder developed, now raging for 22 years. I thought I was unfit to enter a church of God, unable to find anyone to understand my intense sorrow and pain. I later recognized myself reading about post-abortion syndrome. I realized that you cannot grieve what you do not love. I've cried rivers for my precious, immeasurably loved, and irreplaceable baby. This was the worst decision of my life on the worst day of my life. Thanks to those who deal with the aftermath of abortion and know that the post-abortive need compassion, not condemnation, I attended a Rachel's Vineyard retreat in 2009. This baby, who I would give my life for, was my one and only, due to infertility. He has a plaque at the National Memorial for the Unborn in Chattanooga. I hope my words impact anyone considering abortion or hurting from it. That's why I'm silent no more.